What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another video, and today is going to be a really fun one. Still day one of this Vegas trip. We just played the session at the Aria, and we got back to our room and staying at the Flamingo, so we're going to go downstairs where there's like 8 1-2 tables going on. I heard there's a lot of action at this Flamingo 1-2 game, and we're going to see ourselves and see how it goes. So wish us luck. It's going to be a little bit smaller stakes, I guess, compared to the normal 1-3 or 2-5 on the vlog, but should be a good time, should be action-packed, and let's get into the session. How bad is that? And let's get into the session. Let's hop into this 1-2 Flamingo game with a $500 cap. The first notable hand here, we have 10-9 of hearts in the cutoff, and there are 3 limpers onto the player to my right on the hijack, who raises to $10. This $10 bet over 3 limpers is just too small. Let's isolate and 3-bet this one, and we size up to 35. Well, 35 not too small once again, because the button makes the call, one of the limpers make the call, and onto the hijack, who raised to 10. He surprisingly folds, so now 3 ways to the flop. Flop comes Queen 8 for Rainbow. It's an okay board, but we don't love to bluff multi-way at 1-2 tables, so when action checks to me, I decide to just check this, and the button checks it back. We see a free turn, which comes the 6 of spades with the spade draw out there and improved to a double gutter. Other guy checks to me, and now definitely going to put out a bet here and apply more pressure to hands. I throw out a bet of $75, and the button snaps it off. Definitely a sign of weakness in my opinion, and from my experience, seems like a hand that he doesn't have that's too strong enough to raise. The early position limper folds, and now we're going heads up to a river. The river is the ace of spades. Backdoor spade draw gets there, and seeing how he was fairly weak snap calling, I think sometimes he's actually on a flush draw, but I don't know. We're sitting with 10 high. We certainly can't win with this hand, so let's just apply pressure and continue our story of bluffing. I announce $150 as a bet. He snap folds, and it's nice to take this pot down without too much of a sweat. Next hand we go with 8-7 of spades in the hijack. I open things up to $10 here. We get the button and small blind to call. 3 ways to a flop, which comes Jack, Jack, Deuce, 2 spades. Action checks to me, got the spade draw. Let's definitely c-bet this one, so I size up to $12. The button folds, and only the small blind makes the call. Let's go to a turn. Off to a turn, which comes a 10. I don't purely love bluffing here at 1-2, but considering that we did improve to a gutter ball along with our spades draw, let's apply some more pressure when he checks to us. So when he checks, I throw out another bet of $30, and fairly quickly, he makes the call. Going to a river, hoping to improve. The river's a 6, total brick, and he checks to us for a 3rd time, and sitting with 8 high, we obviously can't win, but we don't love bluffing 2 times in a row at the 1-2 stakes, since it's rarely ever profitable. So with that said, I decided to just check this back, and well, 8 high's not winning, but didn't know we were up against King 4 of spades, so clearly King high's going to take it down, and our bluff triple barrel would have worked. Sometimes you just have to stay aggressive and win the pots, and yeah, we just gave it to him this time. Next interesting spot we go with King 10 of clubs in the hijack. There's 1 limper to me, and I'm going to size up and raise this up to $12. We get the cutoff to call, small blind calls, and the limper calls. We're going to pretty much every single flop multi-way at this point. Flop comes King, King 8, 2 diamonds. Amazing flop for us, and since we're multi-way here and action checks to me, I size up to $35, and sadly, no value for us as all of the 3 other players fold. Next hand, we've got Ace 3 of hearts in the big blind. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whole limpers to us. And now I'm closing out the action in the big blind. Maybe we can try to isolate and see how call happy the other players are. I size up for a raise to $25. And yeah, we get the undergun limper to call, a middle position limper to call. The small one makes the call and still find a way to go 4 ways to a flop. The flop comes 5, 5, 7, 2 diamonds, and a heart. It's just not a good board for us. Small blind checks, I check, and action actually checks around. Let's go to a turn, trying to improve. Turn comes the 6 of diamonds. Once again, we don't get anywhere, and action checks around again for a 2nd time. The river now comes an 8, and the small blind throws out a bet of $50, and we all fold. So really, given this action, I guess we're going to tighten up our pre-flop range and maybe get this action when we have a premium. We speak our premium into existence with pocket queens and +1. Let's see some action here when I open things up to $10. And one by one, they all fold, and we make $3 in this. Next spot, it's a limped one with 10-9 offsuit in the big blind. There are 5 limpers to me, and given what I saw with the ace-3 hand with so much action, I'm just going to check this one and go multi-way to a flop. The flop 6 ways comes king, queen, jack, rainbow. Oh my god, we picked the worst time to limp. Really should have raised pre, I guess. The small blind checks to me, and definitely going to bet with the second nuts. I thought I'd bet of 15 bucks. We get some action because the under the gun player, the cutoff, and the small blind call. So we're still going to go 4 ways to a turn, which comes the 9 of diamonds. Not a good card, as we are probably chopping with someone now. I did have plans of overbetting on a brick turn, but now just going to have to size down and hopefully go for value against 2 pair holdings. I sized down to $40 and only the cutoff calls. So hoping he has 2 pair, very ambitious thinking. Anyways, the river is a deuce, the brick we wanted to see on the turn. Once again, I'm just going to fire out a small bet here, assuming we're chopping a lot, but maybe we can get calls from 2 pairs that are the lower end of the calling range. So I bet 50 bucks. He makes the call with Jack 10, and yeah, we're going to chop this up, and that's all she wrote on this one. All right, we've got another premium here in pocket queens and +1. We get the under the gun player to limp, and let's see some action this time. I decided to raise this up to $15. The player on my left makes the call, the cutoff makes the call, and now the button actually 3-bets. Nice to see a 3-bet this time, but he 3-bets to a larger sizing of $100, and action folds to me. This player's got $600 in a stack, and facing a pretty large 3-bet. So far during this session, I have not seen a sole 3-bet light. So it seems like his definitely have to be a premium, and I've seen a lot of players even flat with pocket queens before pre-flop, so I'm really not sure if he has pocket jacks or ace king even in range, and those are the only hands we really beat. In a normal scenario, I think I would probably 4-bet this all day, given he is on the button, but given the table dynamics and what I've seen so far, I am just going to flat and maybe get other players involved. Nope, other players don't get involved, the other players fold, and we're going to go to a flop heads up. Flop comes ace, ace, 7. Definitely going to check my whole range to him and play in flow. Pretty good flop because it does eliminate most combos of ace, king available, but he actually snap checks it back. The turn comes 8-4. Now I'm pretty unsure whether betting or checking here is optimal against someone with such a condensed 3-betting range. Here I opted for a check, and once again, he snap checks it back again. The river now is a 7. There are really no 7x's in his very condensed and tight 3-betting range, so now it's a debate between betting really big or small to target hero calls of like king high or pocket jacks of some sorts. I don't think he's someone who can hero call a king high with a pot-sized bet, so I opted for a smaller amount to $85. He makes another snap decision, and this time he calls. I show my hand, and turns out he's got the same with pocket queens, so once again, we're going to chop this pot up. Next hand after that, picking up Jack 10 off on the button. There are 2 limpers to me, and we're definitely going to be defending and raising our button very, very often. So I raise it up to $15, and we get the small blind to make the call. I've seen him be very, very sticky in previous hands, so a mental note to only play for value against him. The other limpers fold, surprisingly, so I'm not really sure what's going on with these limp folds, but heads up to a flop, which comes queen 8-9 rainbow. I really can't make this up, guys. Flopping the straight, once again, he checks to me, and knowing that he can be sticky and can call, I size up to a bet of $25, and nope, I guess he whiffed. He makes the folds, and no value for us once again. In this next hand, picking up pocket queens once again. We're in the cutoff. There's a button straddle. Let's try to play another big pot. There's 1 limper to me. I raise it up to $25, and everyone folds on this action table somehow. So once again, everyone else gets off scot-free when we have a premium. Okay, guys, you've asked for it. We've got it. Pocket 4s in the hijack, the hand to play. We get an under the gun open at $10. Action onto me. I'm never folding this premium. I call, and 3 others call as well. So 5 ways to a flop, which comes queen 4, 5, 2 diamonds. This is perfect. Not too perfect though, as the under the gun player c-bets an amount of $10. Very much too small for this with bottom sets. We put in the raise given the pot amount, and I size up to $60 because we're multi-way, sizing up just a little bit. Now we see something glorious. Action folds to the big blind, who 3-bets, but puts in a min 3-bet to $110. The undergun player, pre-flop raiser, gets out of the way and folds. And now onto me, facing a clickback. And this player has about $400 behind this clickback. It's an easy spot to go for a 4-bet and try to commit stacks here in this spot. So I put in a raise to $300, 3 stacks of red chips. And now facing this 4-bet here of $300, this big blind player asked the dealer if they can run it once or twice here. So when he asked this, it seems like he's on a combo draw of some sort. But anyways, we can't run it twice given it's only a 1-2 table. He makes the call. Let's go to a turn which comes the 8 of hearts. It's not great as 6-7 does get there, but he checks with about $200-ish behind. There's not a whole lot that we can do here. We're just going to rip it all in, and bad news. He snaps it off, actually, which is not good. The moment we rip it in, he snaps, so it seems like we just might be beat here. The river is a total brick, and he actually shows us first of queen 4 for 2 pair. We hit the case 4 and get there with bottom set, and this hand gets us paid. Pocket 4s, can't lose. We scoop a massive one on this 1-2 table. This is crazy. This is so heavy. This is a workout. Wrapping up the session, we played for a little bit, only 2.5 hours, and that was a lot of fun. For like the first 2 hours, it seemed like I should have been making a lot more than I did because I was only up like $100 the whole time, and we were nutted like 5 times. Flop the straight, chop it. Flop a straight, get no value. Get queens 3 times, mind you. And yeah, nothing really happened from those hands, but pocket 4s, trusty pocket 4s. And it kind of saved us, so we played for only 2.5 hours. I'm probably going to play more down here, but my phone was dying. Had to just come up and charge it. Got to record. Got to get the content for you guys. So, I mean, if you guys like this little 1-2 friendly session, let me know in the comments below. I think I'm going to play a lot more here during my stay in Vegas. But, end of the day, the numbers where we were in for 500, played for 2.5 hours, out for 1155. And we got a friendly Flamingo $1 chip. Of course, first time playing here. Gotta get one of those as a souvenir. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And let me know if you want to see more 1-2 action, because this was a lot of fun. And honestly, kind of just helps to play a little bit more standard and play for value. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.